This is TWiT.
Leo Laporte, the tech guy. That magic music can mean but one thing. It's our photo guide, Chris Marquardt, who is not with us today. He's in Svalbard entertaining the polar bears. But we fortunately pre-recorded a segment with Chris. I think that's so cool. We wanted to record this ahead of time, though, because we've been sitting on our photo review. Hi, Chris Marquardt.
Hey, Leo, how are you?
Welcome
I'm not
back.
sure who's entertaining whom, me, the polar bears, or the polar bears. Well, I don't know.
I can't wait to see your pictures. You're almost to the North Pole up there. That's really cool.
It is. It's getting fairly close.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty close. I think that's probably the closest I'll ever get.
Yes, I would say.
Well,
what was I forgot. What was our assignment this week?
The assignment was a set.
Set?
And I apologize to those who thought they had another week, but it would be too long if we had waited, so I kind of decided to do this a bit earlier than usual.
And there's musicians playing a set. There's the sun setting.
Yeah.
There's tables that are set. Could be all kinds of sets.
True.
So now this is a crazy thing we do on the radio, but you're going to actually pick three and talk about them, even though no one can see them.
That's what I'm planning to do.
But we'll put links at the website, techguylabs.com, so you can see them.
You know, I've been doing a podcast about photography where I talk and not show stuff, and I've been doing this for 12 years now, and it works.
I kind of like it.
I like this too,
Yeah.
especially those who are driving a car right now, being on the commute or something. Just use your imagination. It's probably not that hard.
But don't close your eyes if you're driving.
No, don't.
So the first one's a sunset, right?
The first one is a sunset. Yeah, set. Okay, first of all, before we start, I have to say all three pictures have titles. And you know how much that is a pet peeve of mine if someone names their shot DSC_3527.
You hate that.
I hate that when it comes out of the camera like that and people don't put in the effort to name their pictures. All of those three are named. I'm very happy to say. First one by Thomas, Setting Sunburst. That's the name of it, and it is some, I don't know, pagoda. What would you call that building?
Yeah, it's a pagoda.
Looks like
it's in China.
Like a pagoda.
Yeah,
and it is a sunset, and the way the sun is depicted in the picture, it peaks around the building on the right hand side, and it does one of these bursts like. I like it. Streaks, sun streaks.
This is kind of hard to do because the sun is so bright that it often drowns everything else out. Well, and
it's getting a bit dark in the front, so I wish that it was a slightly bit brighter there. But that sunburst, if you look down, if you scroll down on the image, he has his EXIF data in there. That's what the camera, the settings that camera shot that picture at. And you can see f/22, that's a very small aperture, which means that the hole the light gets in through in front of the camera is very tiny. And that makes that burst. So if you have a camera where you can select the aperture, that's what you do. You want to go very low aperture, very small aperture, and that will give you a sunburst.
And I have to correct myself. It's not China. This is in Narashi, in the Nara prefecture in Japan.
It's Japan, right?
Japan. Still a pagoda, though.
It is. Yep. So second one by Philip, titled Farmer Market Duo. It's a black and white photo. It's two guys playing music.
Oh, I love this.
On a farmer's market.
Oh, that's fun.
And while I prefer sometimes prefer pictures of people in diffuse light, like with a big light source, overcast skies, makes nice light on the faces. Those two guys are lit by the sun straight on, and that gives them some really interesting shadows, and it works. It does work for them. It could be very different depending on the angle that we're going for, but it works. The only thing I would probably have done a bit different is watch the background a bit better. If you look at the left guy, has got a window growing out of his head, and the right guy, you see that guitar strap on the right guy and how that continues up into that shadow on the background.
Yeah, that's
almost looks like it's part of him.
Yeah,
but that's just a minor niggles here. It's a great photo. It's very lively. It shows a very vivid scene there.
And this is a set of music or musicians.
That's a set of music, yeah.
And then
that's the nice thing about the word set, because it has so many.
It could be anything.
And the last one by Mike.
I like the title.
You're not a very nice person, are you? That's the title of it. And it's a studio type portrait, and it is. I mean, Mike took a lot of work making sure the light is right, and he actually put information into the description about the light. It's what we call a strobist kind of shot, and he has 2 flashes with different gels. You see a girl in the photo, and she's lit red from the left and lit green from the right.
And apparently saying you're not a very nice person, are you? I would guess that's where the title comes from.
Possibly, yeah.
She looks a little unhappy with him, yeah.
Well, if you do a photo session like that, I guess the result will typically be several hundreds of photos, so... I guess there were some where she looked nice.
I like portraiture where people aren't smiling. I'll be honest. The smile kind of masks what's really going on. This you feel like you're seeing.
Smile, that's a
You feel like you're seeing the real person here.
This feels a bit more candid.
Yeah. I like
for sure.
it.
So the light is really interesting, especially red-green contrast. Those are primary colors, so they work really well hand in hand. And well, he's probably done quite some post-processing on it. There's some bokeh effects there that I don't know how he put them in there. Maybe in post-processing. There's some interesting unsharpness in the picture that kind of leads the eye towards the face. So that's a well-thought-through picture, a well-planned-out picture.
Good.
And that's another kind of photography that you can do. And you don't need a super expensive, huge camera for it. If you scroll down, he shot this with a Canon EOS M2.
That's what kind of surprises me about this.
It's a pocket-sized camera, you know?
This looks like a studio shot, but he's doing it with a point-and-shoot.
Well, the M2 is quite capable, but yeah, he's doing that with a very small or fairly small camera, and the equipment, the strobes he uses, those are not big. Those easily fit in a small bag. So he's doing.
He has a on-camera flash. He also has a left flash and a right flash.
Yes,
but he used a point and shoot. I'm not sure. Maybe that was part of it. I don't know what he was. But anyway, love it. Great portrait.
Well, that's the thing about light. If you know how to deal with light, the camera doesn't really matter that much anymore. The light is what counts.
You know, I'm starting to see the guy who did some of the software for the Google Pixel phone, which has a very capable camera, is started to take night shots and so forth to demonstrate the software post-processing that the phone does, because it's an
amazing amount of stuff going on.
Yeah, any camera sensor's phone sensor is really a tiny sensor, but he is getting some amazing, like starry night shots with it because of the software. It's kind of cool.